Everyone, and welcome to Tarot Thursday. I'm Reverend Mary Hawk, and with me is Reverend Bryan. And we are here to do some three card, more or less, tarot readings, and also just have some general conversation and probably some hilarity because, well, that happens. So if you have a question for us, go ahead and post that on whatever platform you're watching, and we will see it in the chat. And Bryan, thank you for joining me
You're welcome.
in the midst of all your frantic planning.
Yep. Shall we go over our rules?
We shall go over our rules. We cannot predict the offspring of your unborn children, but congratulations. We are not doctors, so we can't give you medical advice. We're not lawyers, so we can't give you legal advice, and we can't predict what's going on with any of the world conflicts. And hello to Ravadell. And hi to Gretchen. And Ravadell has asked for a general reading and says they are writing a book and could use some insight. So, yes, we can do kind of a reading about your book.
A reading about the reading. Got it.
No, it's a reading about the writing.
Oh.
He's writing a book.
Ah. Well, that does change context a little bit.
Yes. So we're doing a reading about writing.
Well, it's just nice to do things in reverse for once.
It is. And hello to Sharon. Welcome.
This is the early congregation we've had.
It is. We're going to make you giggle, Gretchen.
We shall try.
I'm pretty sure we will.
The day that ends in Y.
Okay. So the first card I've got for you, Rivadel, is the Princess of Wands, which suggests what you're doing, you've got a lot of passion for, but in some way you're holding back. You're kind of holding yourself back. Maybe you're worried about other people's opinions. I've also got the Three of Lamps, or I'm sorry, yes, the Three of Lamps. And lamps relates to spirituality in this deck. It's a fifth suit rather. I can't count tonight. And 3 is a number about creativity, which certainly applies here. And it's talking about working in community. So while you certainly don't want to write your book in committee, I am thinking it would not hurt to get the opinions of people you trust on it, although don't override your best judgment. And the other card I've got for you is the Seven of Pentacles, which means take a look at where you are financially. Be sure you're making good decisions. So I'm going to pull one more card, and I've got Strength. So this means that whatever's going on, you've got the ability to deal with it. It also means your situation isn't moving right now, and you're going to have to be a little patient while things get ready to move. Okay, Bryan.
So we have our first twofer of the night.
Oh, wow.
I pulled strength.
And we'll go ahead and add, he's in New York City. I'm near Nashville, Tennessee. We don't even read with the same deck.
I do own the same deck as her, but
But
I don't.
that's not the deck he's reading with.
Right. So the first card I have is strength. So I would agree with Mary that you need to rely more on your strength and less of the opinions of others. However, when book writing, peer review is nice. I would say stick to your guns at least, 90% of the time. Mary, you had the Princess of Wands.
I did.
I got the Page of Wands.
Same card,
Same.
really?
Yep. Like I said, we've never actually had a twofer.
We do now.
So I would also still agree with Mary that while this project has a lot of passion and a lot of drive for you, do not let the opinions of others overly influence your writing. Grammatical errors, spelling errors, that kind of thing is okay. But the substance, trust your gut on the substance. And the third card I pulled is the Three of Cups, which is usually about celebration with good friends. So that is all to say, let your friends celebrate that you're writing this book. Let them review it. Let them help you and give, feedback that is important, like, punctuation missing and those kinds of things. But don't let them change the substance of the book, and let them be more of your copy editors who just happen to be your friends, kind of thing.
Okay, and well, Ravidel, I'm glad that my reading helped. I hope Bryan's helped. And Gretchen will be happy to do a general reading for you. But before we do that, I do have an announcement to make. DivinationTV.com is up and running, your destination for all things divination.
It's like going to Disneyland.
Yes, and if you are interested in booking a one-on-one reading with Reverend Bryan, Reverend Don Lewis, or with me, you can go to divinationtv.com. You can also see this show there, and I'll be premiering Divination today shortly, and we'll be getting some other programming up there as well. So please check us out. And now Gretchen would like a general reading. And I am shuffling. You can hear me even if you can't see me. And Sharon says they're in New York City as well. Well, that makes you practically neighbors, right, Bryan?
Yeah, in a city of 9.8 million people, sure.
Well, even in Nashville, we don't feel that way.
Well, I mean, anybody who's seen you at least once knows it's you because of your hair.
Well, yeah,
All right. Would you like me to go first?
Yes, you can go first.
Sounds good. Okay, Gretchen. So the first card I have is what they call death and rebirth in this deck. I'm using the Lightseer's Pocket deck version. So for this card, they talk about death and rebirth in the same card because, as you know, death is not dead. You are, what you're closing one chapter and starting a new one, phoenix rising out of the ashes kind of thing. So you're going through a period of rebirth in some form of your life, and you will be better for it this go around. The next card I have is the Three of Wands. Now, while rebirth can be scary, you do need to be persistent and have patience. Um, Everything will not be sorted out at right off the get go. You need to be patient and allow things to happen as naturally and organically as possible. And then the third card I have is the Eight of Wands. So a lot of fire energy, a lot of passion, a lot of progress and rapid movement. This chapter is going to start slow and rapidly pick up in progression. So I would say to pay attention. And I'm going to pull one more card here just because. And I pulled the Magician. So this is a chapter that you've manifested and that you've really worked for. And I would say this is going to be a rapid change, and be ready for it. Buckle in, Gretchen. It should be fun, though.
Okay, well, the first card I have for you, drum roll, please, Bryan. Strength. It literally jumped out while I was shuffling. So, strength means that whatever challenges you're about to face, you have the ability to face them. It also means your situation is not quite ready to move, but it will move. The next card I have for you is the Ace of Lamps. Now, in the deck I'm using, the Infinite Tarot or the Tarot of Hecate, Lamps is the suit of spirituality and sometimes magic. And the ace is always embodied the essence of that. So this is talking about a restart in your spirituality. You're going to start a new phase here. Excuse me, folks. And then I've got the Princess of Cups here. And the princesses represent earth, and cups represent water, also our emotions. So a lot of times when the princesses come up, they indicate feeling stuck or not moving. So I'm going to encourage you to make sure you are expressing your emotions and asking or stating clearly what you need right now. And I'm going to pull one more card, and darned if I didn't get the Princess of Wands again. And I shuffled, folks. So I'm also going to tell you that you've got a lot of passion involved, and don't be afraid to act on it. So I hope that's helpful, Gretchen. And Gretchen also tells us that she's in Montana and New York City has more people than they do in the whole state.
Yep.
Yep. And good evening to you, Tammy. Thanks for joining us. And we can certainly do a general reading for you. And Gretchen, you are most welcome. Let me get shuffled up here.
Elvis would like to know if it's Can's o'clock yet.
It is not Can's o'clock yet, Elvis. I believe you have 45 minutes. Am I correct?
Yep. I'll pick a card.
You know, I heard Elvis argue with me. I heard that.
Yep.
Like, I'm a grandmother, Elvis. You're not going to win the it's not dinner time yet with me. You're just not, kitty cat. I think you're adorable, but you're not.
She is rather adorable.
She is.
Doll. Good job, Elvis. You have made your Thursday appearance.
And hello to
Hello.
M.A. Slauson in the chat room. And I'll just throw a shout out because they are the designer of divinationtv.com.
Yay.
Yay! So thank you for getting us up and running. Oh no, Gretchen. I'm sorry to hear that. Gretchen says they found a dead cat at their back door. Was it your cat or a stray?
All right.
All right. Do you want to go first or do you want me to?
It's your turn to go first. I went first last time.
All right. Well, I've got some interesting cards for you,
New
Tammy.
cards?
Huh?
New cards?
These have not appeared yet tonight, but we'll see what happens.
Okay.
The first card I've got for you is the Magus. And so this card means that you have the power to manifest whatever you want in this situation. And before I show you the next card, I'm going to explain that when Reverend Don did the Kickstarter for this deck, one of the options he offered was that you could commission a card. And he would draw whatever you wanted. And our good friend Fluffy commissioned the Fluffy card. And if you can see, this is a wolf who is missing one foot. And back against the tree are human clothes and a crutch. Now, about this time, Fluffy had to have a foot amputated for medical reasons. And you can even see the medical tag around his other foot. And he took what a lot of people could have used as an excuse to sit down and feel sorry for themselves as a time to radically and magically transform his life. So this card always means when life gives you lemons, make magical lemonade out of it.
I'm going to say make lemon curd.
Lemon curd, lemonade, but it's very, very magical and powerful. And then the last card I've got for you is magic. So this is all about having the ability to do whatever you want to do in the situation you're in, Tammy. So go for it.
Yay. So, Mary, we did it again.
Oh, wow.
I pulled the Magician.
Okay, we're on a roll.
So, again, you're manifesting the outcomes that you are hoping for. However, with those manifestations comes choices. So you will have a choice to make, a big one. And it's somewhere in the realm of money and material goods. So I would say, and I'm getting the sense because I pulled a fourth card just to see. I'm feeling like it has something to do with home ownership or something that's going to make you feel some sort of completeness, whether it's home ownership, family growth, a new job. It is something that's going to bring some sense of completeness and fullness in your life. So I hope that is helpful.
All right, Tammy, I hope you find that helpful. And Gretchen did share with us that she doesn't know who the cat that passed is, but still, that's a sad thing to find. And does anyone else have a question for us? And hello to Kai. Of course, we can
Hello.
do a general reading for you. Kai says, as normal for me. Do we agree that Kai is normal?
I'd go with Abby normal.
We love you, Kai.
All right.
You are very welcome, Tammy. Yes, you can have a general reading, Michelle. You're next after Kai.
Okay. Whose turn is it to go first?
I think it's yours.
Okay. All right. So, Kai, the first card I have for you is the Six of Wands. You've been accomplishing a lot, so be proud of yourself. Tap yourself on the shoulders, drink a Red Bull, whatever. The second card that I pulled is the Ten of Wands, which is also about duty and responsibility. And if you know Kai, you know Kai does a lot. So you've been accomplishing a lot and taking on a lot. It's a lot. Period. However, you need some more buddies. You need a life besides your work. You need to socialize. Go have a brewski. Step away from your computer. Make crafts that are not for the tradition. We love your crafts, but do something fun. Just a little bit. Tiny bit. Okay, bye.
Okay, Kai, I'm not sure what to make of this card in your reading, but this is the Prince of Wands. Would you quit looking at his chest hair?
I was looking at Lord Don's ability to draw nipples.
Or his nipple? Good Lord. Okay, back on track. Kai's reading. When the Prince of Wands comes up, of course, wands are about passion. But when the prince comes up, it means there's a lot of unfocused energy right now, which is hard to believe around Kai, but would you stop it, Bryan?
It's Kai's reading. We're allowed to be silly.
There is some unfocused energy that you have that's in your situation that you can bring to focus on something. Next card I have for you is the Queen of Lamps. And when this card comes up, it is suggesting that what you need to do is find a way to move forward within your current circumstances as they exist rather than trying to make new circumstances at the moment. Okay, that's making more sense. Kaya sharing with us a work in progress. And finally, I've got another lamps card, which you know is the suit of spirituality. This is the Four of Lamps, which indicates someone realizing that while they have made great strides in their spiritual path, they can also find a deeper way. And I'm going to say, Kai, since you spend so much time doing, you may just need to take some time to reflect. So I hope that's helpful. Okay, Gretchen, as far as do I think you'll find the owners? Honestly, I would say go ahead and bury the body, is my first guess. Bryan?
I mean, yeah, I would just bury the cat, and like you said, it's Montana, so I feel like you guys are more spread out. That cat could have came from anywhere, so best to let them rest and worry about that later.
Hi, Anissa. I do see your question. We do have one person ahead of you. Hey, Michelle. And we will do your general next. Hi, Ebony. Blessings to you. Thanks for joining us.
Your turn to go first.
I am still shuffling here.
That is important.
It is.
Make sure you like and share from wherever you're watching from too, so we get more viewers over time. Please and thank you.
Yes.
Like, share, do the things.
Subscribe, heart.
All right.
Okay. So the first card I have got for you is, Michelle, is the Ten of Lamps. And this represents coming to the end of a cycle and mastering part of your spiritual path. So you can see someone surrounded by the four elements and the sun and the moon. The next card I've got for you is the Prince of Pentacles. And this represents slow and steady growth, planning, having resources, and planning carefully to use them wisely. And then, relating back to the Ten of Lamps, I've got the Fool for you, which means you are starting a new part of your journey. So plan things out carefully, but you are at a new start of your cycle. So I hope that's helpful.
So the first card I have is the Hermit, which means that you're going into a period of reflection and deep thought. Second card I have is the Two of Pentacles, which is about balance. So deep reflection and balance at this time is critical. And then the third card I pulled is the Ace of Swords. So that is to say that during this period of reflection and balance, the most important part is to also be thinking critically and thinking about, after this period of reflection, really using your brain to really decide what direction you want to go on. So thinking more with your brain, less with your feelings, and in the more literal sense of what's best for you, not the which way your feels are telling you. So I hope that's helpful.
We just gave the same reading again.
Oops.
All right, before we move on with Anissa's reading, I do have another announcement.
Brr, 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 brr.
Thank you. So, Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. Eastern, Ed the Pagan Hubbard will be on pagan.world/pagan power discussing what is pagan power. You do have to be a supporting member or a citizen of Pagan World or one of Reverend Don's Patreons to see this. You can also go ahead and become a supporting member of Pagan.World. It's going to be a 90-minute discussion of pagan power from the man who has been studying pagans for about 30 years now. So please consider checking that out at pagan.world/pagan power, and we'll leave that up for a few minutes here. All right. You are welcome, Michelle. And Anissa says her friend wants to know if he'll find a girl who loves roller coasters.
Is this friend with you, Anissa? It's one of those other rules that sometimes we don't mention.
Yep. Is your friend there with you, Anissa?
Consent is important.
Enthusiastic and informed consent.
But it's just cards. It does matter.
Anissa, are you still with us? If you are, please let us know if your friend is still with you.
Hello.
Hi, Shaylee. And we'll give Anissa a couple of more minutes to respond.
Yep. Hi.
Hey, Dragon, good to see you. Thank you, Shaylee.
We love being mooned by Mary's hat. We got a jumper from the shuffling
What jumped?
saying we're probably not going to be reading for Anissa's friend.
All right, we will move on. Does anyone else have a question for us?
Do I have any questions for Mary?
Yes, if Bryan has a question, I will read for Bryan.
No, I think I'm good. No questions.
Yes, we can. Hi, Hope. We're having a great night. And yes, we can give you a general love reading, Shaylee.
I don't know any generals who do love very well, but we'll try.
And the first thing that comes to mind is love stinks. Da-na-na. No. Hey, Fluffy!
Oh, look, you summoned a Fluffy.
Your card came up earlier, bro.
Were your ears ringing?
For real. I was talking about how awesome you are.
Sort of. Mostly talking about your card.
Well,
So I'll take the first swing at not love. So Shaylee, oftentimes this happens when Mary and I get asked about love. The cards decide they like to talk about money instead. First card I got is the Queen of Pentacles. So you have everything you need financially to get within love whatever you want. And with the Nine of Pentacles, you have everything you want to also do the fun, fancy things. However, when it comes to doing the fun, fancy things while in love, this is more of a solo having fun right now. So that is to say, when it comes to me in love, or my cards and you in love, we're not seeing a lot of love. We're seeing a lot of spending, which is not bad. Self-care is good.
all right. Well, I have the Nine of Swords, which is sometimes called the Ghastly Nightmare card. And what this means is you need to turn around and face whatever you fear head on because it's really not as bad as you think it is. Then I have the moon. And so this is suggesting you need to invoke your higher self, which is not usually what comes up in matters of the heart.
We got the moon too on my side, so there you go.
And yeah, and then I've got the Five of Pentacles, which is suggesting be careful how you spend your money. And I'm going to pull one more card. And I've got the Queen of Pentacles, which is suggesting you had her too.
Yep, that was a twofer.
So I'm not seeing any love. I am seeing some spiritual growth, and I am seeing you have sufficient money. Just don't blow it.
So basically, we gave them the same reading.
We did.
All right.
And we got several.
So
questions.
Renee, Fluffy, Dragon. No.
Okay, wait a minute.
Renee, Dragon, Fluffy.
Okay, Renee, Dragon, Fluffy. All right, there we go. So hello to everyone who hopped up. Fluffy, Gizmo is a father. All right, Fluffy, remind me who Gizmo is.
No, he's ruining the show. Blah, 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 blah. All right. So where are we at?
Renee.
Well, Renee has their nephew question, which you know
Yes.
how I feel about those.
Okay, Renee, is your nephew in the room with you?
We love consent.
Okay, I'm not familiar with the show, Jason, so.
It takes place on Staten Island.
Okay.
You'd
All
love it.
right, Renee, we don't do readings for people who aren't present. I'm sorry. Have you got another question for us?
Question.
All right. And Dragon wanted to know if
Mom this year.
will get to see her mom this year. Okay, Renee. All right, Dragon.
We're doing Dragon first.
Uh, was someone ahead of Dragon?
I was just waiting. No, Renee doesn't have another question. So yeah, it is Dragon.
Hey, Brenda.
I can go first if you like.
Please do. I'm still shuffling here.
Sure. So Dragon, the first card I have is the Tower. Now, this is not to say that you won't see your mom this year. The first, third of this year probably is not likely that you're going to get to see your mom. And I would probably say, based on the Three of Swords, that the second third of the year, you probably won't see your mom. However, I'm thinking with the Ten of Cups that it's probably more possible towards late fall, early winter that you'll be able to see your mom if everything plays out correctly. So yes, this year, however, it's looking like the later part of this year, and I'm going to pull one more card to see what Dragon can do to make that happen. So the fourth card, just to see what you can do to make it happen, Dragon, is to really manifest it. You want it, you gotta make it happen. There are probably going to be some obstacles in the way, time, money, but you'll find a way to make it happen. But I am seeing it towards the later half of the year for sure.
Okay, Dragon. First card I've got is the Five of Swords. So this is not going to happen immediately. There are obstacles. Then I've got the Four of Lamps, which in this case, I'm going to suggest you're going to have to bring magic into play to make it happen. And then I've got the Two of Lamps, which is suggesting, again, it's going to take working magic to make it happen. So it's not going to be easy to make it happen, but it is possible, and you are going to have to do a lot of manifestation to make it happen. So I hope that helps. All right, and we got 15 minutes left.
And with that, I think we have RM, Brenda, Hope.
No, we got Fluffy
No,
next.
I'm reading it backwards.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna. What I'm saying is that RM is gonna be the last reading for the night.
Yes, we cannot take any more requests tonight. I'm sorry, folks.
All right. So next one is Hope.
Fluff. Yeah, Hope. No, Fluffy,
Fluffy, Hope,
Hope, and
Brenda.
RM.
Yep. We got this.
We got this.
Yes. Yes. Oh, no, it's not can time yet, miss.
She would beg to differ.
There are like 4 more people that get readings before you get a can. Blame the humans.
She says she's more important. She's a cat.
She'll figure it out. Oh, she has come to talk to the humans.
No, she's come to turn her butt to the humans.
Well, she's not showing her butt per se.
She's just turned her tail on us.
Yep. She has some manners. All right. Your turn to go first.
All right. One more shuffle here.
You try to eat those pickles and I will kill you.
Oh my goodness.
She's trying to stick her head in the pickle jar.
Oh gee. Okay, Fluffy. So the first card I've got for you is the sun. So everything's going well.
It's shiny.
Wear sunscreen.
Just a little.
Then I have the Empress. So this is about being nurtured, a lot of fertility around your projects. Just really, again, everything is going well. And then I have the Fool. So you're also starting a new cycle, but really things should be going well for you.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
So, Fluffy, Mary has said all the right things. Listen to Mary. What I'm reading with Mary, because that's the card she identifies with, usually when I pull it and I'm the second one to read, this is my card saying, just go with what Mary said. It works most of the time. I also pulled the 9 of Wands. So again, you're doing great. Keep going. Don't change anything. It's working. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And then, as usual, Fluffy, there is always a challenge or two in your way, but it's fine. Just go over the hill, around the hill, under the hill, make a tunnel through it. You'll figure it out. You always do. Again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If your tools work, keep using them. And that's it from this lovely, adorable hobbit.
No, Fluffy, I did not have a little lamb. I had a gigantic goth chick. Okay, let's get that clear.
She also has a dog named Hella. It could be a lamb. It's a dog. All right, who's next?
Who's next? Next, we have Hope. with a question about finances, which I originally read as fiancés, plural.
Well,
I told you, I cannot wait for my new glasses to get here.
I didn't know your glasses changed the spelling on things.
They don't change the spelling, but they do affect my ability to read clearly.
Touche. All right. Let's see if we can actually talk about money. Because last time we got asked about love, we got money. So maybe we'll get money.
Or maybe we'll get love, or maybe we'll get spirituality.
Right. Oh no. No. Well, yeah. That's funny. So hope. I don't see a lot of hope about your money, but I see a lot of hope about your love. I pulled the Ace of Cups. So I hope you have a great love for money, or that money has a great love for you. However, when talking about money, there is a responsibility and a burden that comes with needing to acquire and get more money. So money is often, in the modern day, not something that you shake a tree and the money falls out of. You have to do the work. So I would say that finding a new passion that will help you with burdening the responsibility of gaining new money would be helpful. And also with the lovers, this is not about love here, that's about choice. You have to be able to make the right choices in order to get your finances in check. So that is all to say that things could work out, but you need to have a more loving relationship with money. Tink.
And the first card I have for you is the Lovers.
How many is that tonight? I think this is our record.
I think we're at 5 twofers.
Yeah.
Okay. So you do have some choices in front of you. You asked about money. So I'm going to say you have choices about money. But I didn't draw a single pentacle. I drew the 10 of Swords. Now, swords are about communication. And with the 10 of Swords, which, we see a guy with his head on a platter. But this is about taking a rest, really. It's not quite as dire as getting your head cut off. But it does talk about taking a rest from your current situation. So step back. I'm going to say, as in regards to your finances, take a step back as you evaluate what your options are. And then the other one I have is the Princess of Swords. And a lot of times when the princesses come up, the princesses don't act. Now, swords are around communication. So if there is someone you need to be communicating with around your finances and you are not, now is the time to talk to them. Communicate with them clearly about whatever needs to be discussed, whether it's a person, whether you need to talk to a bank, your 401k, or some other entity. Have the conversation or the conversations you need to have. But move forward with getting the information you need and have those conversations. And I'll pull one more card.
Yay!
And I get the Five of Swords, which means there is some chaos you're going to have to work through. But I also get the Seven of Wands, which means if you plan carefully, you can work your way through it and come out on top. So, I hope that is helpful.
All right. Where are we at?
Okay. Hi, Jasmine. Nice to meet you. And we have already had to cut off readings for the evening. I am so sorry. You're welcome, Hope. Okay. Next up is Brenda, who wants to know how her move in May will go.
Whose turn is it to go first?
Well, since I am still shuffling and they're being a little difficult, if you're ready, you may go.
Okay. All right. This is why we use tinier cards.
I told you, these cards hide my other cards if I neglect them.
So, Brenda, when it comes to moving, trust your gut. If you think you don't have enough boxes, get more. If you think you need more of those bubble things that are fun, get more bubble things. You definitely can never have too many of those. So think of more of what you need, and you should be good there. The second card I have is the Two of Wands. You know, you're moving, you're staying pretty close, so it's not a relatively new world, but it is a new start and a new adventure. So enjoy the ride. It will be a ride. And I'm going to pull two more cards. Now my cards are sticking together. Mary. Rude. Balance. This move will bring a sense of balance that your old home did not have. So I would say all in all, that you will have a good move as long as you stay balanced and calm. Right, Elvis?
So the first card I have for you is the Nine of Cups, the wish card. So be careful what you get, what you wish for, because you're going to get it. So if you say this move is going to go to hell in a handbasket, it will. If you say everything is going to go smoothly, it will. The next card I've got is the Four of Wands. So this is talking about a partnership. So if you are making this move to be closer to people, that's going to work out for you. And then in terms of finances, we get the Three of Pentacles, which means your workmanship is going to be shown off. So financially, this is going to be good for you. So just keep manifesting that things are going to go smooth and it's going to work out for you on all levels, and it will. And Brenda, I'm going to remember this reading, and if I hear you freaking out, I'm going to call you out on it. So there.
Ta-da!
Hope that's helpful.
Guess what, Elvis? One more reading.
And then it's still not 10 o'clock. He's just messing with you.
Oh, it'll be can o'clock. It just turned 11.
All right, last reading is R.M. McGrath. And welcome, since this is your first time.
We should get a button for that.
And RM would like a general reading for money and job. We'll try.
We'll try real hard. This evening, our cards have decided to do the opposite.
Yeah, it's opposite day.
Or it's pull the same cards as each other in 2 different time zones day.
At least it's not your cards are being ridiculously obvious day.
Well, yes, that day was quite strange. Right, Elvis? No? Oh, look, he's a puppy.
All righty.
Yes. No, it's not time yet.
Okay. So the first card I've got for you is the Hierophant. And I can interpret this 2 ways in this question. The first way is just to look at the card and we see either the goddess Isis or her priestess seated on a throne with an offering table piled high. So if we just take it at face value, that says lots of good things are coming your way. If we take it a little more spiritually, that is suggesting that you contact your deity about manifesting prosperity for yourself. But either way, it's fortunate in this context. Then we have the Two of Wands, where we see a young man coming to a new place to seek his fortune, which is also a fortunate card in this type of question. And finally, we've got the Ace of Wands, which is talking about passion and the things that move us. So overall, I would read this as saying that things are looking fortunate for you as far as money and job go, especially looking at doing things that you are passionate about. If you are in a job that you're bored with, it's time to move. Your money's going to be where your passion is.
So the first card I have is the Chariot, which is about progress and forward movement. So I would say on the job front that there will be some progress. However, the second card I pulled is Judgment, and Judgment is about patience. And Spirit has a strange way of being like, just because you want it now means you can't have it. So you have to be patient and play this sort of seesaw game in order to get that financial gain or that new job. And also balance. I feel like you have the habit of running hot or really cold with a job, so much so that either you're really passionate about and you're really into it, or you're disinterested and you're just there to collect a paycheck. So this is Spirit telling you to be patient and wait for the right opportunity so that you don't either A, burn yourself out, or B, get bored. And I pulled one more card, which is the Emperor. That is to say that right now, if it's you're looking for a job, the reason you're looking for a job is you're bored. Again, you're bored, or you've burnt yourself out, and you're having conflicts with whoever your supervisor is because they have also learned to read that you run hot or cold. So try your best to regulate your emotions, try your best to stay balanced and focused, maybe do some meditation, and hopefully, you'll be good to go soon. And
No.
welcome to Opposite Day on the Divination TV with Bryan and Mary show.
Actually, that wasn't really opposite.
No, that one wasn't. Some of the other ones we got love, money, money, love. That one was at least money.
Yes. Okay. Well, we are a little over our. You are welcome, RM. I want to thank everyone for joining us for Tarot Thursday on Divination TV. Again, please check us out at divinationtv.com, your destination for all things divination. And if you would like to book a private reading with one of us or with Reverend Don Lewis, you can do so there. We will be back next Thursday for more Tarot Thursday.
Is it my Thursday or Don's Thursday?
Next Thursday is still your Thursday unless something has changed.
Nothing has changed. Just making sure.
All right. So, once more, thank you, everyone. Remember Pagan Power with Ed the Pagan Hubbard on pagan.world/pagan power Saturday at 9 Eastern, 9 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central. And blessed be everyone.